Hi, I'm Chris Cole. I'm doing the video for the Piney Woods assignment, and this should be interesting. I took notes, so I hope that's okay. Uh, for question one, where it talks about what law did Matt Martinez probably bring suit against Piney Woods? Well, I was thinking about it. I didn't really figure it out right away, so I kind of just guessed. I think uh, what they really did is invasion of privacy. I think he was in violation of or he was trying to get them in violation of one of the four torts of invasion of privacy um, by not obeying public disclosure of private facts of his life, even though he gave like written consent and all that. That's what I think he was trying to go for, because once he gave the information out, and even though he signed it off, like saying it was okay to use that information, he was just pretty much just I don't know, offended or upset by how the article was. Maybe he didn't think it came out the way he thought it was going to come out, so he was just maybe a little bit upset, or maybe he was getting made fun of for the information that was brought out. Um, but all in all, what they did is they just wanted to get this. They wanted to get more people to go in the treatment program for the alcoholism, and they pretty much used him as an example. They used his failure and success to try and tell everyone else at the place. I'm forgetting the name of the place, but Mount Revis. Yeah, Mount Revis. And they pretty much wanted to see what his life was all about, his life story, to try and convince the other guys, the other 50 people, to get involved in the treatment so they can get help, so it would help the organization. But Matt Martinez probably didn't like how the article was represented. Probably felt embarrassed after the fact, so that's probably why he filed suit. The second question: what actions could Bob Burris and Jim Haskin have taken to avoid legal problems with Martinez? Well, when they first did the interviews, it was like confidential. So I think that instead of like going in and asking the supervisor if they could use the confidential information and asking Martinez if they could use the confidential information, I think it would have been better if they just went and asked him if they could do like a follow up interview, like telling Martinez what they wanted, because Martinez probably in that situation would have been like, okay, you could do the article, and then he could have chosen what to say and what could be in the article and what couldn't be in the article. Whereas before, when he was just spilling his guts, he was just pretty much saying everything because he thought it was all confidential. And um, since they didn't do like a second interview, he wasn't able to disclose anything that he probably wouldn't have wanted in the article. Some of the things that were in the article were that like he got a DUI, he was convicted of manslaughter, he had a kid, and then he got divorced with his wife after like 1 or 2 years or something like that, because of his alcohol abuse. So all that's kind of embarrassing. So um, maybe when he did the first interview when it was confidential, that he probably forgot some of the things that he was talking about. Because when you're talking about like deep, intense things like that, sometimes you just get in the zone, you just start spilling it, and when you get in that zone, get in that tunnel vision, you sometimes forget what you're saying. Um, Third, do you think Burris and Haskins could have or should be liable as individuals? I really don't think so. I think that they went in, they talked to the supervisor, they talked to Piney Woods, they said, can we use this? They asked Martinez if they could use it. He signed it off. They got written documentation. And usually when you have something in writing, it's pretty much a done deal and you're safe. So I don't think there is any issues there. I think that they're fine. They're clear. I think he's just upset and he's just trying to I don't know, just trying to get whatever he can out of it. And lastly, what course of action could you have taken legally and ethically that would have lessened the opportunity for a negative outcome? Um, like I said before, I just would have asked for another follow-up interview, and I would have asked him to then again say, hey, is it okay if we talk about this? This is what we're doing. This is what we're planning. Um, and I would actually let him read over the article first and say, okay, this is what we're writing. this is what we're putting out there. What do you think? And then have him say yes or no, and you could send it out. So, but the fact that they went back and got the confidential interview and even just had him sign it off, he probably didn't know what he was signing probably anyway. But that's just my take on it. Did I answer all the questions? I think I did. Hmm. Anyways, yep, that's my assignment.